Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold 'em back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Heart, mind, body, soul. Ready, set, let's go. This is just the facts. Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold 'em back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Heart, mind, body, soul. Ready, set, let's go. This is just the facts. Welcome to the show, it's just the facts. Where we break it down, don't hold 'em back. Don't get in your feelings, cause it's only the facts. We got all the tea on them relationships. We gon' break it down and shatter all the myths. Talk about mindset goals, growth, and money tips. We gon' break it down and keep it all legit. Heart, mind, body, soul. Ready, set, let's go. This is just the facts.
Yo. Welcome to the show. It's Just the Facts. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm T.
And this is Just the Facts, nothing but the facts. Today we will be doing some reactions to this viral video that I just stumbled across where this pro-choice lady attacks a pro-life lady in the street while doing a street interview. I haven't seen the full video, but I have seen the aftermath. So we're going to be discussing that, and I'm going to make some periodic pauses just to give my take on what I'm hearing or what I'm seeing, and give T the opportunity to say what she sees and what she thinks and how she feels about the things that we're seeing. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know who's seen it, if you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, but this is the first time I'm seeing it, so we're gonna get into it for sure. Did you watch the whole video?
Yeah.
What you think about it? So from what you saw, was it crazy? Was she right to bust a girl in the face, or what you think?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
she's very emotional.
Let's get into it then. Let's check it out. Let's see what's going on.
We're doing some interviews today.
I love your skin tone too.
Thank you. Such a good vibe.
Of course.
Well, awesome. So we're asking people's opinion today on Planned Parenthood. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what they provide?
Yes. Abortions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Safe abortions.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know any other services that they provide?
I know, like, to teens, if you're under 18, you could get like birth control, condoms, counseling. They offer a lot of, beneficial things that the youth really should use right now.
Okay. So you have a pretty positive view of Planned Parenthood.
I mean, majority. I don't know. Is this like a yes or no? Am I wrong?
It's your opinion.
But yeah, that is definitely my opinion. I feel like, especially as teens, people get caught up in things that they really don't want to commit to for their entire lives. So, if you get caught up with the wrong guy, you think you're in love, and then, whoop, now you stuck. Not stuck, but you're stuck with a baby for the rest of this time, literally the rest of their lives and your life, if you're that kind of mother, because some women just don't have it in them and they abandon them and abuse them and all kind of shit. And it's like, girl, just get rid of it if you know you're gonna do that.
Get rid of them. Why not just just give them
that's
to
what I'm
another
saying.
family. That's good.
No, but exactly, even that, and that's another option that Planned Parenthood offers. So it's like if you know that you are not the being who can provide for this child, then there are alternative options out there for you. So I think Planned Parenthood is a space that creates something that's safe for women, especially teens, Black and Latina teens, especially because it's free. You can call them, go to them. I know because I've worked with the Children's Aid Society for a long time, so we kind of aligned with them. But yeah, I feel like if, as a woman, pro-choice is your option, because men, if they want to just get up and go, they can, honestly.
They shouldn't, but
They shouldn't. They never should. I grew up with 2 sets of grandparents and my parents, and please, everybody, lives like happily ever after, but nobody else, not nobody else, but a lot of people do not experience the same kind of lifestyle or childhood that I grew up with, having 2 parents and grandparents and people to look up to and things like that. So I definitely understand why people do abort children. Don't have babies that you don't want. Don't have babies that men are telling you in front of your face that they do not want. I wish them would stop doing that. Like it's like a plan to.
why don't they just stop having sex with people they don't want to have a child with?
That too, or to just don't have unprotected sex. Be smarter about your choices. Get on birth control. There's so many options, especially if you're like a teenager, especially in New York City.
Okay.
Children's Aid Society, please reach out to them. They do a lot of free counseling, a lot of free clinical work, STD checks, abortion, all kind of things that you can go to, speak to someone about if you aren't really sure before making the final decision. But to me, it's always pro-choice, your body, your life, because that baby is gonna be a baby.
It's a baby.
Yeah, and you're gonna have that baby
person.
forever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, do you know that Planned Parenthood gets nearly $700 million of our taxpayer money every year?
700 million. I mean, honestly, I can't go against Planned Parenthood. I just can't.
Okay.
I just can't.
You think that's a lot of money?
$700 million.
Mm-hmm.
For what? For abortions?
Pretty much, yeah. Condoms, counseling.
Bro, $700 million?
Mm-hmm. Because as you know, like even undergoing procedures, it's not cheap.
Bro, you realize all Planned Parenthoods is typically in Black neighborhoods, though, right?
Mm-hmm. There's reasons for that.
What reason?
Because they know that people in poverty are just having kids.
Bruh, $700 million to exterminate a kid. Oh man, that's tough. And she agrees. You agree? That's what the. I want to know what they
Agree
use
with
the
what?
money for. $700 million is a lot.
Well, it's never explained how much what they're using it for, but
We need to find out what they use the $700 million for just to terminate. My only reason, I only know that they terminating things. So let's.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a lot of money, because if we're being honest, Elon Musk, he can literally stop world hunger twice.
Sure, but we're talking about
Still
Planned
has
Parenthood, they could stop world hunger. I mean, $700 million a year. Imagine if you made $700 million a year, where you'd be at in a decade.
$700 million for how many single mothers?
Of our money.
York.
But they're not giving it
Wow.
to single mothers, though. Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna just, single out where it is that our tax dollars go, then the police, respectfully. They beat on us I'm a black person, as black people, they beat on us, they murder us, abuse us even now with Trump pushing the immigration deportation. That's bull. Because there's people who are here who have been immigrants 55 years, who work every single day, get up, provide for their families, and haven't seen their own parents in 30 years. And now they come to this country, they build a better life, they can't even make it to go back home. Like, now they're gonna get deported, they gotta leave their children. Like, it's so extensive. There are so many other issues that we need to worry about as far as women's bodies and their rights. It's crazy. But as far as being a woman, in any city or any state or any country, you should have the right to decide what you want to do. I shouldn't be forced to raise anyone's child because the state feels like this is what's beneficial. Oh, we need to be producing more children. Oh, there's such a loss in
Shorty,
reproduction.
crazy,
We don't have money. There's no finances for reproduction.
Hey, this girl crazy for real.
Yeah, she went from this person to that person and then starts to like literally contradict a lot of stuff that she was saying from the beginning.
Bro, what is she talking about? Chat, tell me something. Give me some feedback. What this woman talking about, bro? Like how we get from Planned Parenthood all the way to talking about police beating and killing and abusing folks.
Well, she dove into that rabbit hole based off of what our taxpayer dollars are supporting, such as the police force, and she'll elaborate on that too, more like nurses, doctors, and how they should be paid more and things of that nature.
So she said defund police and let's keep funding Planned Parenthood. Let's keep
For
funding
abortions.
Because it's pro-choice. I mean, because she's obviously pro-choice.
Right.
Which I'm completely like.
But she even said at the beginning, like, there's obviously options to either abort, and also agreeing with this lady stating, hey, there's also the option to give it to someone else to adopt your child.
Right. I mean, yeah. But she's tripping. Let's just hear what she got to say.
Like, this is why you go and you get an abortion, because I don't have
just like how you said we shouldn't be forced to raise other people's kids. We shouldn't be forced to pay for other people's abortions, because half the country, they don't believe in abortions, whether that.
Hold up. See, that's where I was in my mind. I was thinking, I'm like, why is we talking about you cool with somebody else paying for you to get an abortion? Bro, this is all about a matter of you making bad decisions from the genome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just got to make better decisions. I am of the belief that pro-choice shit is kind of, I ain't going for it. I can't go for that, because it's like, okay, in this situation, it's so unbalanced, and then we in a time of equality, so we not really being equal for real. If you saying, okay, well, it's your choice to have this kid, but what if I ain't want to have this kid with you? I mean, we both made decisions that was very pivotal at that point in time. Yeah, we both made that decision to go forth with what we was going forth with. And the fact that I'm telling you I don't want to have this kid, which is your choice whether I have this kid regardless, but you don't have to be stuck with the decision if you don't want to. I have to pay for that kid for the rest of his life, no matter what, or not the rest of his life, but for the next 18 years for sure, regardless to whether I wanted to or not. Like, it's crazy. That's wild for real. I ain't gonna care. You got anything to say about it?
Nah, I get it.
That's wild. But anyway, let's go.
That's for scientific reasons, for religious reasons, and we should respect that, right? If you want to go get a procedure, then you should be able to pay for it. Do you agree?
Not necessarily.
Or somebody else should pay for it.
Now you put me up in the air, because saying that we're paying for a procedure is like, you want to get a BBL and my taxpayer dollars are paying for your silicone. That's different.
How is it different?
As opposed to be me being a 14-year-old girl in the Bronx who's gone through any kind of molestation, rape, anything. You really don't know what people go through. And I need to abort this baby, and I don't have the right to, or I don't have the funds to, or I don't have the means to at all. Nowhere to go. There's no Planned Parenthood. There's no Medicaid. There's no anything that's beneficial to a younger youth, especially someone who's afraid to go to their parent. You can't go through your insurance. It's a lot. So to me, there's a difference in that, because taxpayer dollars pay for police, who are still corrupt. Pay for doctors, who should be paid more because they literally save lives every day. Should go to nurses who put their lives on the line in emergency rooms, on the streets, who are literally legally obligated to do so. It's like, why aren't they getting the money as opposed to us providing the money to the billions that we just supported in the Ukraine?
Yeah, every Planned Parenthood has donors as well, because they're a 501c3. So if you want to donate to Planned Parenthood, that's totally fine. You do that with your consent. But the issue that I think a lot of Americans have is that they don't believe in abortion, or they just don't believe in paying for other people's medical business, and they're being forced to through our taxpayer dollars. So it's really interesting, because since 2010, prenatal care has been down for 80% since 2010. at Planned Parenthood. Adoption referrals. So this is why this is research straight from their yearly report of 2022 to 2023, I believe it is. And so they're a 501c3. They have to tell us what they do every single year. So this is straight.
Which should be any union corporation. If
Right,
we are
but-
paying tax dollars towards you, I need to know that you are doing the job and doing it correctly.
Right.
That's
But let me continue to tell you. So the STI testing and treatment down 15% since 2019. Client numbers down overall 34% since 2006.
Nobody has insurance. I don't
yeah.
have insurance.
Donors
And I'm
down
also a $1 billion
21%.
corporation.
Contraceptives down 44%. Breast screenings, manual breast exams down over 80%. And you mentioned adoption. They commit 228 abortions for every one adoption referral. So why are they getting so much more money yet all of their services are going down? For 80% since 2010. The issue that I think a lot of Americans
That's
have is
crazy.
that they don't believe in abortion, or they just don't believe in paying for other people's medical business, and they're being forced to through taxpayer dollars. So it's really interesting because since 2010, prenatal care has been down for 80% since 2010 at Planned Parenthood.
So she said prenatal care has been down 80%. What that mean? Explain that to me. What that means. And
Prenatal care is basically just going to the OBGYN, receiving,
and this is during
care.
pregnancy.
yeah,
So women are pregnant but aren't going to get the proper care in the first place.
mm-hmm.
Parenthood. Adoption referrals. So this is why this is research straight from their yearly report of 2022 to 2023, I believe it is. And so they're a 501c3. They have to tell us what they do every single year. So this is straight.
Which should be any union corporation. If
Right,
we are
but-
paying tax dollars towards you, I need to know that you are doing the job and doing it correctly.
Right.
That's
But let me continue to tell you. So the STI testing and treatment down 15% since 2019. Client numbers down overall 34% since 2006.
Nobody has insurance. I don't
yeah.
have insurance.
Don't.
So overall, there are people going to them 34% less. Is what she just said.
I mean, that's what it
But
sounds
they're
like.
getting $700 million.
Well, people are donating.
So wait, okay, hold up. So you go to Planned Parenthood to get consultations, to get therapy, to get STD testing, to get
Just basically counseling. They do prenatal care, and checkups and stuff like that for you.
But you don't have to go to Planned Parenthood to get prenatal care, right? You can go to the hospital or your family doctor and stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Not
So
necessarily your family doctor.
is it possible that
No.
maybe Planned Parenthood usage is down because more people are able to use a doctor, like through Medicaid or through other insurance avenues, since everybody is technically supposed to have insurance now?
Mhm. People
Well,
aren't.
not have that.
People aren't really affording insurance. That's why people are on Medicaid. And if you're
Right. So
18 anyways or younger,
right. So that's
and-
what I'm saying. So like, okay, you got Medicaid now. Well, I can use this Medicaid to go to this good doctor instead of going to the Planned Parenthood.
I mean, Medicaid's, it's all the
So
same.
they're
really.
going to send you to Planned Parenthood.
No, not as,
Okay,
no.
so that's what I'm saying.
It's
So
for
I'm
people
trying to
that don't
figure out
pay-
why would they be going? Why would the Planned Parenthood be down 80% or prenatal care visits be down 80% and overall usage at Planned Parenthood be down 34% if people are getting pregnant still, right? And obviously terminations are happening, and obviously somebody has to get checked up on while they're pregnant, right? So I will assume that they're going somewhere else other than Planned Parenthood, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, this is weird.
Donors down 21%.
Donors is
Contraceptives down 44%.
20%.
Breast screenings, manual breast overall 34% since 2006.
Nobody has insurance. I don't
yeah.
have insurance.
Donors
And I'm
down
also a $1 billion
21%.
corporation.
See, even the donors are down 21%. So that means the people that's donating aren't the one. It's our tax money that's $700 million. Obviously, that's not the whole 100% of the pie, but that's crazy to think. Like, I go to work and bust my ass, and my tax money is going into this fund that I really don't even know what the hell they're using the money for.
Or
because,
support.
Yeah, they don't even have. They're not even using the amount of the stuff that they're using, that they're supposed to be using or supposedly accounting for using. That's crazy work.
Contraceptives down 44%, breast screenings, manual breast exams down over 80%, and you mentioned adoption. They commit 228 abortions for every one adoption referral. So why are they getting so much more money yet all of their services are going down?
The services are going down because people are afraid. Women.
What are they afraid of?
Women don't know. They don't know what they're exposing their bodies to. A lot of people, especially behind abortion, there's a stigma that if you get an abortion, you can never have a child again. So it's like a definitive decision, and that's. This is the whole.
There's a chance that you can't because your uterus can be perforated, but their abortions are going up. So they used to have this slogan where they said safe, legal, and rare. That's what we want, safe, legal, and rare abortions, until it was exposed that a lot of these facilities were requiring abortion quotas. So the more abortions each facility did, the more like praise that they would get awards. And so it's really interesting. That doesn't really make it seem like they want safe, legal, and rare abortions.
As a New Yorker and a woman, I will say I have never gotten an email that was promoting an abortion, that was saying if you need this, it is safe. This is something that we offer as a city, as insurance, as any kind of taxpayer, as any kind of beneficiary of what it is that we're paying towards. So from there, it's like taxpayer money. We don't know where the this money goes at all. Any of us, honestly, unless you're really into your politics and you're digging in the books. Like,
no, I'm into it because that's a lot of money being taken,
I'm sure it's a lot
and
of money.
It looks like it's going toward abortions. Which if they're called Planned Parenthood, why are they not making it so that you are planning your parenthood, not just then ending it with an abortion?
Baby, how much money is Planned Parenthood supposed to give you every month, every 2 months, every 3 months for a child? The child care tax doesn't even cover child care.
Well, they don't do that, but pregnancy resource centers do.
Absolutely not. You're going to get a portion of the funding that you need. Similac a can is $43. $43 for Similac. In New York City on 126th Street, you're already paying $2,500 in rent to stay wherever you are. God forbid you don't have food stamps or WIC. Without any kind of governmental support.
I ain't gonna fake. This is just telling me, mother, that means you got to be smarter with who you opening your legs to when having kids with.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Ultimately,
how many forms of contraceptives do women have as far as making sure that they don't get
a
pregnant?
lot.
At least 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And that was my number, at least 10.
so you got all these ways, but you choosing to go take your body through all these dramatic changes and have somebody either suck something out of your body or give you something to make you pass it through your body, which is still going to be painful regardless. You still going through some type of traumatic event. Like, you still going through something that you could have completely avoided had you would have just been smarter about the decisions that you was making. Like, at what point, because she keep talking about how much money the government is going to give her to help her take care of the kid.
Right.
So that already tells right there that, like, your mind ain't even in the right place. Like, first and foremost, before you even thinking about having a kid or doing the things that you need to, or doing the things to make you have a kid, on, even if it's on accident, you're supposed to be setting that shit up already.
Yeah, you're supposed to have your ducks in order, like not looking for the government to support the kid.
Nobody just walks out and say, hey, guys, I think I'm ready to have a kid. I don't have a house, a car, a job, or anything to go yet, but I'm about to have me a kid today.
Yep, and the government's going to back me up.
Yeah, that is crazy thinking. You expecting it, man, come on, bro. Stop this shit, bro.
People would literally be like offing themselves because there's nothing else that you can do. Yeah. You can drop your child off at a fire safety. Just leave them at the fire.
Why don't we do that? Because there are over 2 million families waiting to adopt in America.
How many people can you think, or are you going to assume, would literally abandon their children with no repercussions from the state?
No,
Which is
it's called safe haven baby boxes, where at a fire station or hospital,
It's just
you can leave your baby and the mother doesn't have to do anything with it. But that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am. I have seen so many stories and countless, literally, like countless stories. My grandmother used to teach health and safety classes for people who wanted to become daycare providers. And we've seen so many instances where it's just, I could love you today. I love you to death. You're my baby. But as a teen mom, as a mom who's on her own, you have no support. You constantly have to provide. You're here day to day, day in out. It's crying, it's screaming, it's crying. You have nowhere to turn to. Now I stand you up and I shake you and I kill you. When I could have just not had you in the first place because it was never my plan.
You think that teen moms who struggle will end up killing their children after they're born?
Girl.
I'm trying to follow along with your story
I'm
here.
saying that there's a higher percentage of people who murder their children on accident out of frustration because they don't have the support, especially in communities like this where there's no funding, where there's no programs, where we don't have
shaken baby syndrome, where they shake their baby.
It could be SIDS, but SIDS still also applies to you even laying your baby down on their back and they turn over the wrong direction. They will literally pass away.
Well, yeah, but that's like a
Bro.
death that was going.
Talking
It was.
about.
Is not. It was. It was.
Not no.
But what is preventable?
Is SIDS is not preventable.
Well, actually, a large percentage of the children who
Sudden infant death syndrome.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, she found the dumbest girl on the planet of Earth to have an interview with. Like, this is actually probably the average. This is probably what the typical woman walking around thinks, for sure.
I hope not.
That would be
This
sad,
is
huh?
crazy.
That's pretty sad to think. Like, bro, you really think what she's saying? Like, she really thinks what she's saying is real? Man, stop it.
die.
She said it's better to kill your kid than to put it up for abortion. Adoption. In what psychotic world does that even make sense? Bruh. How does that make sense?
And the woman just said over 2 million families waiting to adopt kids right now in America. So
She didn't hear that.
clearly.
She wasn't even listening to that. Like, at all. You said, I think that it's better to kill than to adopt. So I could give somebody who can't have, or somebody that
Oh, you just wait. You just wait. wait till what she say next.
from SIDS had a vaccine the same day. So that's another thing. That's a whole other
That's
story.
a whole other topic with the vaccine.
But I will
But
say to
SIDS
you,
is
like,
sudden infant death syndrome, and there have been over 80% of infants who have passed away from it, and it's simply from not laying your baby
many?
on their back to sleep.
and that's
What'd you say?
horrible. But I mean, a million
80%.
babies are also
80%.
dying a
And
year
a
from
lot of
abortion.
women, again, don't know that. You can die. What's the percentage of women dying from birth? For children that they don't even want, or the men don't even want, who are already refusing to provide for them prior to them even being born. So now
what
It doesn't matter.
Hold up, man. What the hell is she talking about? Who's died from a kid they didn't want?
Oh, the percentage rate of them dying after giving birth. Like,
But if they was giving
Or
birth,
dying while
obviously
giving
they
birth.
wanted the kid though, right?
sure.
I mean, why else was you giving birth if you didn't want the kid? I mean, it is so we do live in that pro-choice place. Where, I mean, if you don't want the kid, you could get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's like fear of both, though, you know, the fear of abortion, then the fear of having it. It just delays it because you have to hold the baby and you longer, you know.
So you telling me that it's women walking around with babies in their stomach that they don't want,
Indecisive about having,
but
maybe.
but they don't want to get rid of it,
Right.
terminate.
Because of fears. Like, a lot of women just run around in fears in general, you know, of different things, whether it's just aborting a kid, whether it's the reflection of what people gonna say, you know, it's a lot of different things. in that aspect. But, it still just ultimately revolts back to like choices. Now, when we talking about kids, underage adolescents, obviously having kids and making choices, there's some differences there. There's some slight differences there. But we talking about grown people making decisions about having kids or choosing to abort a child. Like, man, it's all about your choices.
See, in my opinion, this is my opinion, and I stand firm on this opinion. I think that yes, in the case of like molestation or like some crazy wild thing happening where it's definitely a health factor, then yeah, I understand that. But
And even rape of an adolescent, I would say,
right,
in
right,
general.
right. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like things like that, and let's not use.
Oh, yeah, that is right. My bad.
But even on terms like that, like I can understand in that situation. Yeah, okay, cool for sure. But at the end of the day, it's like if once you have this kid, first and foremost, if we didn't have that option, I think people would be a lot more smarter with the decisions they made about as far as who they picked as a partner to have sex with and lay down with in the first place. I think I did read a study about how in the 70s, whenever birth control and contraception and stuff like that did become something of the mainstream, that like promiscuity skyrocketed, abortion skyrocketed, obviously. Just a bunch of it just created this more secular world that we live in today, where it's like now, to be honest, you don't really know if anybody's looking for love. Everybody out here squirrels, bro. We all squirrels for real. Like we all just trying to get the next nut for real at the end of the day, and it's kind of scary to think that we live in that time where it's like women are really fighting to continue to go down that path that they see. It's just a dark tunnel that doesn't really have a lot of light at the end. Like you just keep on digging. You just keep on digging like I'm gonna find that tunnel. It gives me the idea that women are very persistent. Like I see the persistence in them is amazing. However, you're persistently causing and inflicting wounds to yourself that you can't really heal from, that I'm not sure if females just aren't seeing that or something. It's real weird. Like we are getting further and further and further and further away from the goal. We got, I mean, people pointing fingers at each other. Instead of taking a step back, let's look in the mirror for a second and realize, wait, where am I actually messing up at? Like, what am I doing that's causing my reality to even pan out this way? Like, why am I even attracting the type of people that I'm attracting? What am I doing? What's my conversation? What is my activities outside of when I'm in the public eye? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like people don't take the time to sit back and actually think about that stuff. So it's like, well, we want to just reflect everything off on the next person. I keep hearing her talking about, well, the man is leaving or the man don't want to. Well, I mean, let's just keep it a band here at the end of the day. How many times are men really leaving? Is it that you leaving? Or is it that something happened between y'all two that you just didn't want to have the time or take the time to say, you know what, let's work through this?
I don't know, though. There are men that are out here just knocking up females and they don't want shit to do with the kid, though. There's those out here. There's a selective few of those.
I will not say that that's not a true statement, for sure. However, this also goes back to that's a two-party system, because at the end of the day, first and foremost, all right, if you want to be promiscuous and you want to have sex and all this, that, and the third, why are you not using the umpteen amount of contraceptives that you have? I mean, okay, cool. You want to blame it on the dude and say, well, he could have wore rubber. Yeah, you should have made him wear one though.
Yeah, and let's just think about it. If it's your body, your life, it's like, okay, if you want to revert back to that, your body, your life, then so you should have your body, your life protected it. If you didn't, you know what I'm saying?
That's
dealing with the
another
kid.
facet of it also, because it's okay. First and foremost, yes, we have male condoms, but also you have women condoms. Just
Yep,
offset
twice as
that.
many, like
But
thrice as
like you
many.
said, like you said, at the end of the day, I think women do know that dudes are fucking, and like if you ask the average woman how much they think a dude is fucking, they'll tell you some crazy number like a lot.
Which is not
But
even
when
clear
you think
either.
about that, when you think about that aspect, and you say, but at the same token, when was the last partner that you had sex with, was that protected or unprotected? And they'll tell you unprotected. It's like, well, wait, that means that you must don't have self-respect for yourself also.
Most women ain't just telling you that though.
I mean, obviously not, but I'm saying in a very honest situation, in a very transparent conversation, that's the topic, that's the conversation, and that's what the answer would be is 9 times out of 10, you slept with your last person unprotected. Where did you meet that person? Is this a person that you've been sleeping with for a period of time? Are y'all in a relationship, or was it just a random encounter? And a lot of times it was probably just a random encounter. It was a sneaky link. You probably in a relationship and you letting your side dude hit raw too. So now you just like, bro, it's that's not making sense. But then it kind of does make sense if I think about it and I say, okay, well, you saying 80% decline in prenatal treatments. So that tells me, okay, well, obviously this is meaning that you're not even respecting your kid, you're not respecting your body or your kid. So as an overall, it just seems like as a total, or as a totality, women are starting to respect themselves a lot less and a lot less.
And men can go to Planned Parenthood too, obviously, to get testing and condoms too.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's what it's for.
Yeah, obviously that's cool and all, yeah. But
And
again,
clearly
like
that's not happening either though.
right, that's not happening. Like, okay, so if dudes is out here smashing raw females know about it, they still allowing it to happen. Then they point the finger and say, well, you got me pregnant. I can make the choice on if I get the abortion, but if I choose to not get the abortion, you're gonna have to pay for this kid. And if we not together, you don't get to see this kid. So it's like, it's just so much. It's so much balled up into this whole.
Well, I mean, it just starts from the root. Like I said, decision making on both ends. Like, there's no accountability without, within one or the other. Like, it's a two-party situation.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a two-party situation. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying is like, I believe that whole situation should be taken away and only given to, like, basically the conservative view. I have the conservative view on it for sure. Like, I believe that it only should be used up to a certain point for certain situations, and those are it. Anything else, baloney. Get it out of here. You made that decision. I promise you that'll change the trajectory of where we going, where we heading. I promise you that'll make people sit down. You wouldn't have 16 and 17-year-old kids running around here going crazy trying to find their next little victim because they out here screwing the world. And you wouldn't have a 25-year-old girl on TikTok crying because she found out her boyfriend cheated, or you wouldn't have a dude, the 21-year-old boy, sitting on TikTok crying because he found out his girl out here cheating. A lot of people ain't out here slinging that tail no more. You ain't out here slinging that wood no more because you already know, hey, I can't even pay for it. I can't even just go pay for the you know what I'm saying, the termination no more. That's I got 18 years to pay.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely changes the goalpost.
It changes change your whole idea, your whole thought process.
For most.
For everybody.
No,
because because at the end of the day, you're still all right. So when you say you have to have these kids, well, you're still gonna have to be liable for these kids. You're going to be held liable for these kids. So the fact that you cannot pay that $300 fee or $350, well, obviously I would have rather have paid that $350, or what is it, $75 for the plan B. I could pay the $75. I can't even. I wouldn't know.
I don't know how much that is.
I can't do that no more. Like, it's over with. I'm chalked. So if I crack this junk raw and I give her my jizz juice, then she might be raising up my little deuce. And I don't want her to be my, no. I'm cool on you. Actually, matter of fact, I like how you look. I might vet you a little bit better now. I'm going to vet you a little different now. Because now I got to make sure your head on straight. Even if I want you to, because if I give you this juice and you do get my little offspring, I want to make sure my offspring come out all right. Cause now I can bust down a little crazy junk, big fat junk, and hey, look, go ahead and take this pill, or let's go ahead and go down to this clinic. I can do that now. If you take it away, oh nah, I can't even mess with you, shorty. You fertile too. Ooh, you got 6 kids, 4 different baby daddies. Nah,
Okay.
I can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a real conversation. That's a real thing. But we're gonna get back into this video. Chat, if you got something to say, go ahead and put it in the chat. We looking for you. We see you.
Be a single mom or put my body through this entirely different experience to at the end of it give them up and go home like nothing ever happened. That doesn't make sense to me, as opposed to you being put to sleep, boop boop, take the baby out. It's like you start over. It's
You don't, because we see post-abortive women and how they deal with abortion, and their chance of
not
turning
everyone.
toward drugs and alcohol skyrockets. They have
Girl,
problems.
What percentage is that? What percentage is that?
Well, I don't have the exact
Exactly my
percentage, but
point.
I believe
you
it
had
goes
the
up
percentage for the
150%.
Embute, girl. And you had the facts.
Do you
for
know
the
what
women,
happens
but
in an
you had the
abortion?
facts. Yes.
What happens in an
That
abortion?
They literally suck the life out of you. They're gonna take the whole baby out, and as they should, because I shouldn't be a taxpayer paying child support and food stamps and WIC for
You
women
should be a
who never
taxpayer
wanted the
paying for
baby.
abortions?
Exactly. But as for a woman who didn't want the baby in the first place, that doesn't make sense to me. If you told me from the get-go, I can't do this, I don't have the funds, I make $20 an hour in McDonald's, and I live with my mother, and I'm pregnant with twins, and the father told me he doesn't want them.
Why
And
is
you
that the
think
baby's
I
fault?
should exactly my point. You think I should still follow through with this pregnancy?
Yes.
Provide, why?
Because that baby has a life.
That's dumb. Bring 2 more kids into this world that nobody wants.
I want
that
them.
Are 80%. How? You gonna take everybody's baby?
Yes,
That's
I will.
80%, baby. That are 80% more likely to get put into the system, molested.
Where is that
abused.
statistic from?
Girl. With no parents, what do you think the likeliness is of you being molested? Let's Google that right now. Literally. Because
Well,
your
so
stats
that's
aren't
not
making
the
sense.
fault of pro-lifers, though. That's the fault
not
of
the
people
fault.
that are
That's the fault of
molesters.
people who are not pro-life. That's the
people that are not pro-life want abortions.
Exactly. That's the people who are pro-life, because you're
How?
gonna say, I don't
want people
I don't
molested.
give a fuck about you before you're here. So why would I give a fuck about you when you're born?
I
As
care
a
about
parent,
both.
because 98% of the time it's the male who's gonna say, we never decided this. This was never on my plate.
You decided
And
it
as
when
a
you laid
woman,
down and had sex.
You're gonna turn around and decide, I'm gonna have this baby after this man already told you I don't want this baby. I don't want to be with you. I'm not gonna provide. And you proceeded. Now he looks bad.
Yeah, so my dad didn't want me,
That's
but my mom
crazy.
didn't kill me just because my dad didn't want me.
But and that's her choice. That's
No, it
where
wasn't
the
her
comes
choice.
in. That is her
Because it's
choice,
my-
because she
that was
couldn't
my
find
body inside
a
of her
safe
body.
Abortion.
It wouldn't have been
That's the whole
safe
point
because
of
I would have
being
died. How is an abortion
Exactly.
safe if a baby
Girl,
dies?
you're an embryo.
Yeah, an embryo of what?
Of nothing, really.
Of a
because an
human.
embryo, no, you
It's
don't
just a
even,
stage of human development.
You do not even have any kind of limbs yet. You don't even feel physical.
Some people
pain
that
if
are
you go
born
in the
don't
right
have
direction.
limbs. Some people that are born are paralyzed.
You have to know what you're doing. You need to just protect yourself if you can.
Yeah.
And honestly, don't have babies with people who don't want to have babies with you. Because people.
But when
like
you're pregnant, you already have a
say
baby.
That you need to be pro-life, and you don't. Don't ever sit here and lock yourself down with a man who already told you he doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't.
I
want to
agree with
provide.
you.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill
But
the
what I'm
baby just
saying
because
is
their dad didn't
that
want
you
them.
can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care? And
Why not?
That are,
Why not? If that's
This
the case.
was the icing
we
on the
should kill the
cake.
kids in foster care that aren't wanted.
Who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
We should just kill
these
them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about pro-life. I
We
think
should
that
kill
as
the
a
victims of
child,
molestation.
I think, what does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people
What I'm
molesting
saying
children.
is,
We should
in
kill the kids in
general,
foster care is
I
what
think
you said.
overall. What I'm saying is, in general, overall, if I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have
the
sex
baby or
then.
not.
Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical. You
It is.
dumb as
It
like,
is.
who are you, Nancy?
I found out.
Ain't no way she just said that.
Mhm.
Ain't no way she went back to back with it. She was bow bow. She was shooting the club up with these shots. Bow 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 bow. back to back with it, back to back. She was like Drake back into the 2020, wasn't it? 2020, 2019. Drake, we back to back. That was probably before that, man. She back to back with it. This girl said, kill the kids in foster care because they have been raped and molested. Oh my God. She is crazy. What's wrong with that woman?
Damaged.
Bruh, she said, hey, get rid of them all. It's better that way.
Just kill them. Just kill them all.
She said, what she just say? She just said something dumb. I forgot what she's so back to back with it. She just said something dumb too. Just now.
No, she said she was dumb.
That was dumb to not have sex. It's dumb not to have sex.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But you just want to keep having sex to keep having abortions. Like, bitch, she sounds dumb.
Bro.
No, like you sound dumb.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just going to keep having sex. I'm protected to have abortions, even though I know he doesn't want the kid and I don't want it either.
She said, I want to be a thought. I want to be a thought.
Molesting children, we should kill the kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is in general, overall. If I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have sex then. Just don't have sex.
That's not even logical.
It is.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
I sound dumb.
You do.
Okay.
It does, because even as teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice. I don't give a if it's, oh no, oh it was a mistake today, oh my God,
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you believe God makes mistakes?
Yes.
He does?
Of course. Everybody makes mistakes.
But God is perfect. Are you a Christian?
I never said that.
Are you a Christian?
I would never say that.
Are you a Christian?
My family's Christian.
So you're not a Christian?
I guess.
You guess what?
Based off of what's going on.
Hey, this almost like that. I ain't no damn magician.
Right.
I ain't no damn magician. You
Right.
hear me? I ain't no damn magician.
I'm a musician.
I'm a musician. I make music and stuff. I ain't no magician.
And the whole time they were saying musician.
I guess my lineage is Christian. I wouldn't say that my full belief is a Christian belief. There's no abortion. You have to stay married. If you're pregnant with that man, you have to be married. There's so many like restrictions and constrictions when it comes to religion that is.
There's a reason for that because it protects people.
But that's dumb as because religion is all hearsay, baby. All you listening to is a Bible that somebody else told you, somebody else wrote.
Nobody told me. I've literally encountered God.
So you spoke to God and he told you everything in the Bible. Shut the f- up.
He
You
first
sound
spoke
dumb
to me.
You sound dumb as f- Listen, there's a thing called cosmopolitanism, which literally is saying there's this one big glorious story that combines all of the religions. Because if you read the Bible, you can search into Buddhism, being a Muslim, anything that you need, they all kind of provide the same story in a different version. But it's still all hearsay. It's all hearsay. It's all, my auntie told me, my niece
My
told
auntie
me,
didn't tell me.
My auntie told me. You think these biblical writings are all just, what, off the brick? Like, you can't be that naive.
There
I
were
see
over
that you're a
40
smart
men
woman.
that actually
Come
wrote
on
the
now.
Bible.
Oh my God, you one of those. You
That's just the history. That's just the history of
It's not.
Jesus Christ
It's
and the
not.
She
Bible.
said you one of
We
those.
started from Pangea.
So what does the
We started
Bible
from Pangea.
say about human
It's
life?
The Big Bang Theory. Our entire life is science and math, and I think you're
You're
a
an
idiot
atheist.
if you don't think it is.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that
You
your
did.
point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been
That's
abused.
not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
And she did admit that. Like, that's exactly what you said. Like, how you gonna get mad and put somebody? Because, yeah, she had them rings on her hand. That's why old girl was gashed like that.
View is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
And it is the point because that's what the conversation was about.
She's a demon, bro.
She's a fucking man, bro.
2-piece.
For no reason. Like, legit no reason. And like, for people that said that was okay, it's just like, bro, how did she disrespect you?
It's very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that.
And she did. Like, I mean, she isn't the one who said that. Like, she legit said that. Like, she got emotional. She was mad because she was right.
Have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
What's wrong with you?
Tell me, suck my dick.
I ain't gonna cap though. She gave off a lot of masculine energy. Like she was bucking up on Shorty. She was pulling up on her hands all in her face.
She was already being disrespectful to her as hell, like, because she didn't agree with her viewpoints. But it's like, bro, you don't just hit nobody because they don't agree with you. Like, grow the fuck up.
Oh my god.
That poor lady.
I'd have tackled her. I'd have tackled her right there.
She attacked my wife.
Your wife just attacked me.
Your wife just attacked me.
She just punched me in the face. We were just doing a street interview with my camera and everything was fine for over 20 minutes or however long we were filming, and then she just punched me in the face. Oh my god.
Bruh. She snuffed the shit out of her tooth with the 2-piece and made her leak like that. That's when
Do you suffer from a lack of a father figure? Do you have clinical depression? Have you ever accidentally?
I don't know.
she got real issues.
Let her tell
She
it.
got
She's
serious
raised in a
issues.
2-parent household.
Girl found out real life isn't like a comment section. Said that in real life, adults don't know when to walk away when they're upset and resort to extreme violence. I agree. In real life, there's slavery, murder, rape, a lot of things worse than getting checked for being disrespectful. In this broken world, there's a lot of darkness. However, merely having a conversation, regardless of however people want to paint it, is a conversation which resulted in that unstable woman resorting to violence is not healthy. For sure. For sure. Y'all be quick to say people want to adopt like there aren't kids full in the system never being adopted or being abused by their adopted parents. I think you're only talking about the outliers that you hear about for real in this situation. Because I ain't gonna fake. I low-key think we went to school with a bunch of people that was low-key adopted. Not I'm gonna say a bunch of people, but like a handful of people that was adopted. They turned out fabulous.
Yeah, I mean, there are the selective ones that aren't, though. They end up in bad
I think
situations.
the stigmata of music, of movies have kind of made it look like that. Like remember we watched Like Mike and they were supposed to be getting adopted and nobody got adopted. But
I mean, there's other movies, too,
Yeah,
that
there's other
display,
movies
that
that-
are actually based on true stories that are bad about, you know, people adopting kids in general. I will say that.
yeah, that's pretty crazy how that whole situation just panned out for real. That was not called for at all. But what's this? Girl college girl convinced white people hate her for being black. You didn't have to. I'll probably talk about her later. Yeah, that was pretty wild. That was
But
pretty
you a
wild.
guest.
The whole point is they didn't say they were hungry. I said I was hungry. I asked you to cook for me, not them.
Bro, listen, like I said, my kids gonna eat first. Y'all gonna eat first, you hear me? And if somebody come to y'all house, y'all better feed y'all.
What's this?
I ain't gotta tell you that. They live here. It's a package
It doesn't
deal.
matter. The same way when y'all ask females, is they kids there, is the kids sleep, you should let the female know the same thing.
And I ain't gotta let them know nothing. I ain't gonna lie.
Like what?
My
You're
kids,
weird.
they live here.
Where my phone at?
My kids live
Now I'm
here.
gonna post you.
My
You're
kids
weird.
live here.
You're weird.
I don't give no
care.
fuck.
You're
I don't
weird.
care. I don't care.
You're
Post
weird.
me.
Okay.
Guess what? Guess what? They gonna hop in my DM.
Okay.
Real father, real man. Feed my kids. You sound considerate. Matter of fact, make a post about this and ask all men, ask men who should eat first, the kids or the woman. A guest at that.
They would say,
A guest at that. I just met you though. We ain't in no full relationship.
It doesn't matter.
What you talking about? You a guest.
The whole point is they didn't say they were hungry. I said I was hungry. I asked you to cook for me, not them.
Bro, listen, like I said, my kids
Hold
gonna
up.
eat first. Y'all gonna
Wait.
eat first, you hear me?
So she mad because this man cooked food for his kids or for everybody in the house and gave the kids food first before he gave it to her.
That's what it sounds like.
But he just said she a stranger and she ain't even got nothing to do with none of them kids. First and foremost,
She a guest.
she a guest. Why you asking him to cook you a meal like he your bitch? Bro, that's crazy.
And if somebody come to y'all house, y'all better feed y'all kids first. You hear me, JCR? JCR, you hear me? Yes, you hear me? Javion, you hear me?
Your dad is weird. Just know if you ever get
Y'all
get
dad
the fuck
got
up out my house.
y'all
make sure your
regardless.
friend eat first.
I ain't gonna put no woman over y'all.
Yeah.
Just like my mama
Yeah,
put a man over me.
I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah,
It's
bye.
okay, sir.
Bye.
It's okay, sir.
Bye.
It's okay, sir.
Bye.
It's okay, sir.
And she shouldn't even had to say she was about to leave. She should have.
What's wrong with her?
He
Like,
should
my
have
kids ain't
been.
gonna eat first. He's not.
Never
He's
mind. I'll
not.
call an Uber.
Yeah, we'll
It's
call an
getting
Uber
weird.
there.
You ain't even tell me they was here in the first place.
I ain't gotta tell you that. They live here.
Oh, that's how
it's a
it's happening.
package
Doesn't
deal.
matter. The same way when y'all ask females, is they kids there?
I say run the other way. A real woman would help you make their plate. Doing that in front of you. Yeah, no, for real, a real woman would have came in your motherfucking house and been like, "Where your shit at? Let me cook something for you." For real.
Talking about she was hungry.
Bitch, you should have came over already fed.
I was about to say, why she still in the house?
That's why is she? I don't understand.
She would have been getting a kick straight out the door with the foot.
The kids always eat first. They I don't know about that part.
There is the kids sleep.
I got mad.
What was the ticket for?
Acting like she perfect.
Y'all heard something today that blew my mind. Someone said men save money being single and women save money being in a relationship.
After 27 years in prison and being out 10 years, I finally get to see my co-defendant, my boy Chris. So they approved me to go in and see him. I went this weekend.
All right, well, I'm cool off on this, but anyways, shit, it's been real kicking it with y'all tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream, enjoyed the little show. Y'all had something to talk about tomorrow or whatever, something to ponder on. It's been Just the Facts. I'm Jay.
I'm T.
Peace.